So what do we do, Repo? We messed up the dart. If you saw the live stream, I talked about how the heater core basically exploded on this thing, and poor Luke from Thunderhead 289 got showered with antifreeze. So what I'm going to do is pull the old heater core out, but first I want to pull this seat so that way I'm not even going to be worried about it. We'll drain the antifreeze, undo the heater hoses up front, and then we'll drop the box and see what all we have to do. Just a little disclaimer, this car is filthy. I haven't cleaned it in a few months, I guess. I think the last time I washed it was June or July. So just keep that in mind when you see this car, because it's probably going to look pretty nasty inside and out. I haven't washed it in a long time because the heater core went out and I didn't have anything else to do with it. But I'm going to leave this seat over here out of the way. Sorry for that awful sound, but now that we have all that out, we have plenty of room to get in here and lay down if we need to. Radiator's draining. Let's go ahead and pull these heater hoses off. So on this car, it was actually factory air conditioning. So it didn't have this tiny small blower motor on it, and it's supposed to have a different heater box. But what I did was, whenever I did the car, I wasn't going to go with air conditioning. So I added a non-AC heater box out of like a 73 Duster. See, that's what it's supposed to have. You see how it's like the plate here is a lot bigger? That's because this is for like an air conditioning car. This one is not. But anyway, what I did was make a plate that bolts here and here down at the bottom, and then drilled a hole through here. And what it does, it's just like a square plate, or it's actually like a shape of a D. It's kind of like it molds to the firewall here, and drilled 3 holes for the heater box to go through, and then 1 big hole for the blower motor to go through. And all it is just, the 2 bolts holding it here, and then this plate would fall back off. So I could easily just undo this bolt and undo this bolt. But what I may do is, so I don't have to worry about putting this plate back up here, I'm just going to do it from these bolts here, and that's pretty much how it would be from the factory. So we'll stick with that, and then at that point do the wiring, cables and everything to control it, and wiggle it backwards, and then we'll see if we can drop it out. Little tip for whenever you're doing this, take the extra second and remove the glove box liner, because it's going to be so much easier to access everything and be able to see. So just do that, and it won't take but a second. What I'm going to do now is unplug all the wiring. There's only 2 wires maybe. It's actually already unplugged it. Then you'll have to make sure you don't damage the cables or anything like that. They control your heater switches. But then I'm going to drop it down and see if we can wiggle it out of there. So don't be like me and forget that there's actually a bolt, like a J-hook, that sits right here. You can only see it if you look inside here and look up, but it's just a bolt, like a battery tied down looking thing, and it clips to the top here of the cowl. So if you unthread it just a little bit, it should unhook. So don't forget that, because I did. Now it should come out. I actually started to take these clips out because I thought I wasn't going to be able to get the heater core out for some reason. They're like the clips that like hold them together. These right here. It's just these little C-clip, whatever you want to call them, spring clips. They hold the heater box together, but there's only like 1 or 2 left in there. So we'll drop it out now and then take it out so that way you guys can actually see it. There we go. Okay, let me get out of the car and then I'll show you guys over on the floor. It's pretty funny, this thing brings back a lot of memories whenever I was putting this car together. And I'm so hacked that I didn't even put the defrost hoses back on it because I was trying to get this thing ready for prom and I was in a hurry for it. So moral of the story, don't go to prom. But anyway, we're going to fix this car. We're going to make it better than it was before. This is an original heater core, so just looking at it, I could tell it was pretty much junk whenever I split the two halves while it was in the car. So let me take this last clip off and then we'll see what it looks like in there. Just to give you an idea how simple these clips are, there's just a bunch of these that go around the edge here. You can see the split in the seam. Grab a screwdriver here, get up under it. Pops off. That's it. That should be all of them. So here's our problem side. So I'm just gonna split these two apart. Don't lose our doors or anything. But yeah, that heater core is corroded. Looks like it's split. Oh, pouring antifreeze everywhere. Looks like it's split right there. That's the bad spot about it. So let's go ahead and take this thing out and get to working on replacing it. Just a little heads up, guys. Repo is nowhere near this. Well, he's actually near. He's right beside me. He's actually in my face. But I'm not letting him get near this stuff so that way he's not drinking it, so don't even worry. We'll clean it up and make sure that he's not gonna be contaminated or killed by antifreeze. So just a little disclaimer for you guys. I'm making sure my precious dog is not gonna get hurt. So what I'm doing now is just removing the screws of the plate that holds the heater core in. I've already removed the top here. There's just two screws up top that holds it down like a little clamp. And there's just this metal plate that locks it in. I'll remove 4 screws here. That should, yeah, take it out. There we go. As you can see, this thing's probably been leaking for quite a long time. If you look, there's all sorts of just whatever that trash is in there. So I want to take it outside and spray it out. Make sure I don't get any of this stuff up here, like any of the electronics. So just clean, or I might just take a paper towel or something and wipe it out. But I want to get rid of that because that's gross and it's making a mess. But yeah, there's our old heater core. You can see that's where the corrosion was. That's what caused it to leak. And like I said, this is an original heater core here, so it was bound to happen at some point. But that's okay. We got it fixed. We've got it halfway out, and I'm just waiting on the new one to come in. Should be here this afternoon, and then once that happens, change it out. Okay, so our new heater core just came in, and this was actually aluminum. Wasn't expecting that, but you know, the original one corroded and it's junk, and they're not made of aluminum, but this one is, so it's lighter, it's gonna last a lot longer, and it's probably gonna cool better, so it's pretty cool. As simple as installing the new one in the same spot that the old one was in. Run that bad boy through there. Like so. Then we'll take our old screws, screw it back in, and I did clean it while the little break there happened. I did clean it out. All I have to do is just put it back down here. It'll bolt right here actually, and then screws, just 4 on each corner, and it will be done. And then we'll put those clips back on that has the other side on. We'll put it back in the car. Heater core's in, and now we will attach the two sides back together like so. And we'll take our clips, just pop them back in one at a time. Okay, we're done. Everything's put back together. I need to clean up the carpet though because it's filthy. But yeah, seats back in, put the glove box in, and it was as simple as you put the J-hook through the top side through the vent, and then you run the 3 bolts right here, bolt those in, and then hook up your heater hoses, bolt everything tight, plug in all your wires and your cables, and it's that simple. It's really not that hard to do. Fill it back up with antifreeze. All right, I'm gonna back it out of the shop, let it run outside for a few minutes, check for leaks or anything like that, let it warm up, and then we'll take it around the block and see how well the heater works. All right, everything's running smoothly, no leaks or anything. We're up to operating temperature. Let it sit here and idle. warm up in the driveway. Let's feel inside here, see how warm it is. Oh, it's a lot warmer. Yeah, it's gonna feel nice. It's probably around 33 or 4 degrees right now. So this thing never had a good heater at all. Like I mentioned, it's just had an awful heater the whole time I've had this car. And I'm guessing that that heater core was the obvious fix for it. I just never really thought about it until it started leaking. So I think that'll probably fix it there. It's a lot nicer rolling through here winter months and actually being able to drive the car when it's freezing cold outside. The roads haven't been salted yet, so don't worry about that. But just, yeah, heater core, big improvement, way better. Just all around is way better. I'm excited about it. So if you have issues like this, definitely look into the heater core. I mean, it's an obvious thing, but you know, me not even thinking about it, not driving it really a lot in the cold months because of that heater, I didn't really think much into it. Until that heater core started leaking, that's when I looked into it. We're a lot better off now. Alright, so the heater core is done for the Dart. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like down below. If you have any questions for me, feel free to leave a comment, or you can send me an email. It's at the very end of the video. Send in your projects to that same email. Buy your t-shirts and your stickers if you haven't already, or buy some more. I don't care. We got plenty. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. It's actually pretty cold in here. I'm probably going to go sit back in the dark because it's warm.